Guys, it's Kasim. How you doing? Nice. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, cool. So the title of this is Exeter University, York University, or Sheffield University. Well, welcome back again, guys. Hi, it's Kasim. Welcome back again to my channel. I saw this question on Student Room that was asking about which university this guy should attend, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. I've lived life a bit. I've had 23 jobs. I've interviewed a lot of people who've been successful and failures and divorcees and all kinds in their lives. So I thought that I could perhaps be able to give you some good advice on this that you might be able to find useful. But before we get into that, guys, if you want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers by June, please can you like and subscribe to my channel? You would be an absolute legend. Okay, let's go. So let me read you what the guy says. He says, hello, I've got offers from Exeter for accounting and financial management second year entry, Sheffield for the same thing, and York University for accounting, business finance, and business management, but first year entry. I'd like to ask about what your thoughts are. What do you think about these universities? Are they prestigious? And he put prestigious in quotations. And if they are, which one of them is the most prestigious as a university and as a department? Which city do you think is the best for an international student? I am an international student, so the reputation matters a lot, as I don't want to pay over 15K for a degree which doesn't deserve it. I don't really mind spending some years at any of them as long as I get good education and a good degree at the end of it. Many thanks in advance. Okay, so let me be outright and front and tell you that if I was in your position, based on everything that I know, the university that I would choose is Exeter. And so the reason why I say this is because York is, in my opinion, and from what I know about universities and from the research that I've done, is nowhere near as prestigious as Exeter University. I found some research and I found some of the people who've graduated and are notable alumni of Exeter University. J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter books, Vanessa Kirby, who else have we got? Mark Lebet, Zara Tindall, Rod Gilbert, Katie Hopkins. So these are all quite notable individuals who've obviously left university. But one of the first things that I really want, so let's begin with that, and me saying to you, Exeter University is the one that I would go for if I was in your position. But much bigger than that is, I think you're starting this question all wrong, and it's something that I would share with you based on my life experience. Very rarely does the degree that you've actually taken really matter as much as who you are as a person. And the reason why I say this is that unless your degree is directly specified in a very specific area which 100% you know you're going to be doing, meaning like if you for years known that you're going to become a plastic surgeon, that you're going to become a doctor, that you're going to become a neurosurgeon, if you've known that that is what you've always wanted to do, you want to become a nuclear physicist, if that is what you've always wanted to do, that is what your destiny has always been, and most of these individuals, that has been their destiny. People who go into areas which are very defined, which are very specific, and I'm talking about the top of the top, the best of the best. These individuals, they wouldn't even be asking this question. The fact that you're asking this question already tells me that you're somebody who's doing this not based on your own leaning, not based on destiny, but rather as a strategic move that you're making in order to become successful, in order to do well in life. But what I have learned about life is that it is much better that you develop certain mindsets and certain philosophies, because in the long term of your life, they are going to matter a lot more. Let me explain what I mean by this. So for example, it's one thing to get a degree. There's a lot of people who have degrees, loads of them. But these individuals are not ambitious. These individuals are not successful in quote unquote in the eyes of society. They're not doing very well in their jobs. They may have be an entry level graduate job, but they aren't earning the kind of money that they want to earn. And part of the reason why that happens, and remember, my job for the last 7 years, I've now been studying people who started from nothing and built incredible lives. And part of the reason for that is because they have been so focused on the goal of getting a graduate degree that they forgot that what matters most is the value that they hold to the company that they're going to be going to. Meaning, when you go to interviews, when you go and get interviewed by a company and you want to work for them, they don't really care so much about your graduate degree unless your degree is very, very, very niche, unless your degree is very specific. But there's going to be a lot of people who have the same degree, loads of people who went to Exeter University. If we went and interviewed everybody who left Exeter University who graduated with the same degree that you want to take, I bet you that very few of them, if let's say 1,000 of them since Exeter opened have done the same degree as you, I guarantee you that less than probably 60 to less than 30% of those are doing a career which is based on that. So I'm saying this to you because one of the things that you have to note and you'd have to be observant of is what's happening around the world. The world has changed now. The world isn't... I'm saying this to you because I tend to find today that a lot of people are taking advice from their parents, but their parents don't understand that the world has changed. The world has moved on. So you can't be taking advice from people, from your parents. You need to be taking advice from people who are already doing it. And in fact, you shouldn't realistically be asking people online. You need to be going out there and speaking to people in your field who are already doing the job that you're doing and ask them for advice. So one of the things that I would do if I was in your position is I would go on LinkedIn, create an account, go and find companies that employ people in your positions, find the people who are the heads of those departments and contact them and ask them for advice. Say to them, I'm thinking about doing this degree. Can I come in and shadow you for a week? Can I come in and have a chat with you? Right? Don't even speak to your to the lecturer unless your lecturer is actually in the field and doing the exact job that you're doing. Then that means they're out of it. They're not up to date with actually what is happening, the standards, what is required to actually do it. Theory and practicality are two very different things. So let me round this first point off because I really want to articulate it the best that I can. The degree is not as important as the skills that you have as a human being. Leadership, a growth mindset, gut instinct, ambition, desire, discipline. All of these things are a lot more important. So for example, let me tell you this. I was doing research and what we found was that the data said that if two men applied for the same job and one was fit, as in physically fit, and one was obese, overweight, the one who is physically fit would get the job. And you may be listening to me and thinking, Kasim, what, are you so stupid? If I have a degree, then of course you're going to employ me and I'm going to have the same chance. No, you're not. Because what you're basing it on is you're basing it on that everybody is equal, that everybody is as good as you, that everybody thinks the same as you. All of us have biases, all of us have prejudices, all of us are not really aware of the decisions that we're making. We just make them, right? So a lot of the time when I went to interviews, let me tell you what happened at the last interview that I took. The last interview that I took, I arrived and within 20 minutes, a guy said to me, I'm offering you the job. He'd not asked anything about my past career. And I said to him, oh, you want to give me the job already? Don't you want to know about like my past jobs? He said, no, I like you. I like the conversation that we're having. I've got a good feeling about you. And I was like, so all of the experience that I've had is like, what? And I took ages to write my CV. What the hell? And my point to you is that he probably didn't even realize what he'd done. Obviously, me being somebody who's really interested in psychology and the way people think, I'm really fascinated by it. But my point to you is, like, try and think about this stuff. Like, try and analyze what's going on in your life. Like, what are the decisions that you're making, right? So that's the first thing that I would share with you. The second thing that I would share with you is the reason why I would also go to Exeter University is I would go there because it's got a great nightlife. Now, I say this, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased, because I've been to all three of these places. I actually grew up in Exeter, and I have friends in Exeter. So I know what Exeter was like before, and I know what Exeter is like now. Exeter is a very different place to what it was when I moved there in 2001. And the nightlife there is absolutely incredible. You're going to be able to make some really incredible friends. Two, great shopping. You talk about being an international student. It's a kind of place where you can really. It's modern, right? It's been modern. It's got two parts to it. It's got the British countryside because you got places like Exmouth, Teignmouth, Tiverton, Paynton, all of these places where you can go and see the seaside and get fish and chips and all of that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, Exeter is very modern, so you get to see and be around young people. And the last thing is trains. Exeter University is very easy to get to on the train, right? You can gain access to anywhere around the country. The St. Thomas, what's the train station now? I've even lost my mind. There's a train station, Exeter St. David's. Exeter St. David's train station is really good, and it's a busy line and can connect you to most of the country, which I think is really useful. Like, you can get to London within, I think, like two hours or something like that. So, no, 2 hours or 3 hours. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But my point being is, it's a very accessible place. There's Exeter Airport down the road. You can come and watch the football in London. Like, you can get anywhere very, 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 very easily. And you're going to be able to understand people, right? Exeter is a very diverse place with people who've lived. It's quite like hippie. Exeter is quite hippie, with a lot of people who are very diverse. So you'll be able to understand people. You'll be able to fit in. There's loads of cafes. Not that stuff really should be your main priority anyway. Your main priority, if you're an international student, is to get the best damn degree that you can. But that's what I wanted to share with you. I don't know if it's been useful for you or not, but as I was just thinking about this, that's what I was thinking about, and I would be thinking about if I was in your position or if I was Uncle Cass and I was giving you some advice. I hope you find it useful. If you have a question, if you want to ask me a question, want to hear my perspective, ask me. I'll try to do my best to give you some advice. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers by June. But apart from that, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.